Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Systems. This is Gaming Insurrection's explanation series about our favorite games. And it's where we like to talk about games that we play and the mechanics and break down some playthrough of said game. I am Lindsay Beatty. I am editor in chief of Gaming Insurrection. And this issue, we are talking about one of my favorite fighting game series. Uh, you guys will know this because I have already done an issue devoted to this series. An entire issue devoted from start to finish, from the beginning game to the current game, which is now in its 30th year. This is, well, I should put it this way. It's a little more than 30 years at this point, but it's this game specifically that we're getting ready to talk about is in its 30th year, which is crazy. So the game series that we're talking about is Mortal Kombat, and the game that we are going to do for systems this issue is Mortal Kombat 3, and we're talking about vanilla MK3. So, little backstory with MK3. I was I want to say I was 13, almost 14 when MK3 came out. And I've been playing Mortal Kombat at this point since probably 93. So I've been playing for about a year and a half. I've been playing the series for about a year and a half because I didn't start Mortal Kombat with MK1, 1992 version. I started it with MK2 actually in late 93, early 94. So by the time Mortal Kombat 3 came out, I was kind of seasoned, but I was learning it just like everybody else because I got the game in my arcade roughly about the same time that everybody else got it. So the game was released April 1st, 1995, which by the time y'all watch this, it will be July and the 30th anniversary will have passed. It was crazy to think that that was 30 years ago. I was a teenage girl 30 years ago, which is crazy. I was in middle school when MK3 came out. I was in my 8th grade year, getting ready to go to ninth grade. I was getting ready to start high school. Coincidentally, I have a cousin who is 30 years old because he was born about 2 months after MK3 came out. So yes, he will be 30. Well, yes, he should be 30 this year. I also This is the 30th anniversary of the first Mortal Kombat movie. So funny story. I was playing Mortal Kombat 3 when we went to go see the first MK movie. It was August 18th, 1995. Is when it came out, and I went to see the movie. I, of course, was so hyped for it because Mortal Kombat. And I was probably the world's biggest MK fan at that point. I like to, I unofficially give myself that title because I was the kid that had, so, as y'all can see, I have stuff over here. This is my board where I track all of my GI stuff and what I need to do. And as you can see, there are kind of some dates over here on the corner. Okay, so I got this in 2002. But the important part about this is this wall. So in my bedroom at the time, probably starting in 93, late 93 when I started playing MK2, I started collecting stuff from Mortal Kombat. So I had a wall like this in my bedroom. This was not my bedroom. We didn't live in this house at that point in time. We had moved into an apartment, my mom and I. And so by the time I actually started playing Mortal Kombat. Now, when the first MK game was released, I was living in this house. We've lived in this house, moved and moved back. So that's why this is important. But anyway, I had a wall in my bedroom that looked like this. And so not the wood paneling, but it was a wall, probably about the length of this actual wall, all the way from that corner to this corner. And on that wall, I had all of my MK stuff that people had drawn for me, um, video game boxes, magazine cutouts, things, just stuff related to Mortal Kombat. And I was like, this is very cool and I want this on my wall. So, yes, yeah, I was that person. So, I took it down when we moved. That was the crazy thing. We moved the day I graduated from high school. So, yeah, I took the wall down and I didn't put it back up. Because by that point, MK4 had come out and I was like, probably not. No, MK4 is MK4 was a no-go for me. So, Vanilla MK3 though, oof, I spent the entire summer of 95 just playing Mortal Kombat 3. That's all I did. That is literally all I did. I went to summer school because with my high school, you could take PE in the summer to not have to take it during the school year. And my mom was like, yeah, I know you don't want to take that during the school year. So I suggest you go and take it during the summer. So that's what I did. So between summer school with PE in the morning, I would go to the arcade later in the evening. Like I would bug my mom and be like, take me to the arcade so I can play Mortal Kombat 3. And she's like, I guess. She knew the game had just come out. So, yeah, no, it was fun. I remember the first time I beat it, I was in the arcade at a bowling alley that's still here in Columbia. I want to say I was at Royal Z Lanes. And we were in summer school because we took a field trip to go bowling. And it was July. So it was July 95. And we went and they had an MK3 machine. And so I was playing. And I remember I made it to Motaro finally. And Motaro tore me up, which, as y'all will see in this Systems episode, Motaro tore me up. So, Vanilla MK3 Motaro is obnoxious. But I wound up getting up to him, and I beat him, and then I beat Shao Kahn. It took a couple of tries on Shao Kahn, but I beat Shao Kahn not with Sindel. It was actually with Cyrax, because I played Cyrax early on. I was a Sindel main. Now, I've been a Sindel main from the beginning. But I also played Cyrax and Sub-Zero. So, yeah, and Cabal. I later picked up Cabal and probably Shiva. But, yeah, that's my background with Mortal Kombat 3. It is, MK2 is still my favorite. But MK3 holds a very special place in my heart. I actually prefer MK3 to Ultimate, even though Ultimate has some mechanics that make MK3 kind of dull to play. Ultimate's additions were important, so I like both of them, but I actually kind of prefer Vanilla a little bit to Ultimate, just because Ultimate just added a lot more of what was already there. And I kind of felt like Ultimate should have come out first. Like, I mean, yeah, no, you weren't going to go backward. You weren't going to introduce all the characters that Ultimate put back into the game. And then go back to Ultimate. And then go back to MK3, regular MK3. You weren't going to do that. So, but I like MK3 because it's the purest form of MK. Trilogy wasn't... I like Trilogy, but Trilogy isn't my favorite of the 3 games here. With 3, Vanilla 3, MK3, Ultimate MK3, and then Trilogy. Now, I actually kind of prefer regular 3. Kind of. But that's old man talking. That's old man talking. That's young game would have been like, no, Trilogy's the best. But, old man talking is like, we prefer Vanilla MK3. So, we are going to get started now. So, alright. I used MAME to record this. I used 2.65, I don't know, 265, I think. One of them. Then I gave myself a bunch of credits and then character select screen. Now, I, for whatever reason, didn't have smoke enabled here, which is kind of obnoxious that I forgot to put that code on to enable smoke. So then you have you choose your destiny, which a lot of MK2 and MK3 are referenced in the first movie. So this is how you can tell that this is original MK3. One, the developers' names are out here. Steve Barron, John Tobias. Note that the date is 4/1/95. So, yeah, that's how you can tell it's that this is the original version. And I actually got finishing moves to work, kind of. Yeah, the graveyard was kind of messed up because Johnny Cage's grave is to the left, which is kind of rude. It's a lot of inside baseball on that one. And I was like, wow. Let me tell y'all about this Shang Tsung design. I do not like this Shang Tsung costume. He looks like, and I said this when the game came out, I said, Shang Tsung and MK3 look like a drunk Sub-Zero with a wig on. Like, he looks terrible. Like, he looks so terrible. So yeah, I don't play Shang Tsung in this game either. Because he looks terrible. Like, his character design is terrible. Yeah, it's John Turk playing him. So, John Turk, a little bit of side note. John Turk was on Prison Break, the TV show Prison Break. He was an actor. So some of these mechanics. So here, you're in the subway. Whenever you do an uppercut, you're going to go up to the next level. So I was trying not to uppercut her as much as possible, because I really kind of want to stay down here and do the stage fatality. And stage fatalities are cool. Now, I wound up uppercutting her as part of my what they call Dyla combo. Okay, so MK3 and the computer version of Shiva is going to do this on high level. She will not hesitate to pull that 7-hit, 42% damage combo out on you. Sindel has a nice pop-up combo, and that's part of the thing about MK3 was the Dyla combos. And that's actually what I like about MK3. Once you learn that about the character, you start getting into your character and how well you can do with your character. So this is the first time I couldn't get that right. The bank is one of my favorite stages. So we're fighting against Cabal here, for reference. Cabal's one of my favorite characters too. But I really, really, really like the bank. The bank is one of my favorite stages. So this is kind of, you see what's going on in the city. Khan's tower back in the background, because he's already invaded. Supposedly, so back in the day, I thought this was supposed to be, New York, but it's actually I thought this was supposed to be Chicago, but it's not. It's actually supposed to be New York. But Chicago, it turns out that Chicago, and notice no finishing move yet again. Chicago, it's not Chicago. It's supposed to be New York. MK9 clarified that, which I think they just went back and retconned it, because I really believe this is supposed to be Chicago, because that's where Midway was back in the day, and that's where NetherRealm is now, the sequel series, if you want to call it that, the sequel company. That's where NetherRealm is. So yeah, I always thought it was, and the reason why I thought it was supposed to be Chicago is because you see that when you go on the street stage, which I love, I'm sorry, the bridge. It's called the bridge, but it's a street stage. There's a background. There's a building in the background that shows that. So basically what has happened here storyline wise, Shao Kahn has enacted Armageddon, basically. In MK9, if you've ever played through MK9 and followed the story there, Shao Kahn invaded and caused Armageddon. He basically stripped everybody of their souls, minus 7 people, which are the combatants that you can choose. Technically in this story, Kung Lao dies. So me killing him with Sindel was kind of actually happened. So this stage, actually, this is what's called the bridge, because it is a bridge. This is supposed to be downtown, like a part of Chicago. They use Chicago, their surroundings, as a reference. Cyrax is obnoxious in Ultimate. I mean, in 3, in Vanilla 3, because he's top tier. And, that net is, the plasma net is just obnoxious. So, but yes, basically what happened here was he enacted Armageddon, came in and stole souls and killed everybody except for 7 people. Oh, and those he didn't kill, he wound up, that he didn't kill outright. Notice that I'm not going to win this match. Pretty sure. So I got uppercut. So gotta use another credit and start again. So those that he didn't kill outright in the invasion and stealing their souls, he sent the extermination squads, which was composed of Motaro and the Centaurians, and they kill people. They also heavily scarred Cabal. That is how they explain that he got scarred. Now, Kentaro in MK9, Kentaro was the one who burned up Cabal, and that's how he got scarred. But here it was supposed to be Motaro's extermination squads. They also killed Johnny Cage. So yeah, that's why Johnny Cage is dead in MK3. So a little bit about the mechanics here. If you're on danger, let's start there. If you're on danger, one more hit will kill you. And that's been, you'll see, I got hit anyway, I was on danger. Round 3. Sindel has one of the few air fireballs in the game. Sindel and Cabal have air fireballs, but Sindel's is the only one that works against Motaro. You cannot shoot anybody else's fireball. It will reflect back. And or ricochet and bounce off. So, note that I was trying so desperately to kill Cyrax here. I was like, please do not make me continue against him. So, that's a thing, and I want to point that out. Whew, the long saga that is fighting Motaro. Okay. So we're going to wind up having to fight him multiple times here. So, as you can see, a lot of times when he would do that leaping attack, my uppercut wouldn't work. I tried to do a lot of comboing. Motaro does a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage. Notice that I started out with punches too. There, I tried to do a combo and I only got standing high punches. Yeah. Notice that my uppercut missed the first time too there at start of round 2. So this is why Ultimate is better in some respects, because it fixed the combo system. The dollar combos were fine, but some of the surrounding mechanics of those dollar combos were not as good and as polished as they could have been. Let's put it that way. So Ultimate did give it a layer of polish, and that's what I appreciate about Ultimate. So you can start a combo with a jump punch or a jump kick, or a jumping high kick, from neutral. You cannot do that here in vanilla. So something also to note, you can in other versions of this play as Motaro and Shao Kahn, but you are not playing as them in regular MK3. And note that I hit him with my air fireball, and it worked. Now her ground fireball does not work against him, just the air fireball. It's weird. I'm not sure if they ever explained why that was a thing, but yeah. Note that I won the first round, and now he's just lost his mind, and he is doing mad damage to me. So there's that. So good old Motaro, we're gonna be here for a minute because Motaro tore me up, y'all. I had to continue against him like 4 or 5 times. The messed up part is it didn't take me that long to beat Shao Kahn. It took 1 try. Motaro was just outrageous. That's continue number 2 against Motaro. That might even continue number 3, I think. But Motaro, and Motaro was a cool character. I once you learn his pattern, he's fine. It's just, fighting Motaro is obnoxious. And watch out, he does mad damage, so he's gonna come back here. He gets multiple unchecked hits, like just multiple unchecked, unpunished hits. Like I could not punish him for missing stuff at all. Also, I wasn't doing nearly as much damage as I could have been, or as I feel like I should have. Like, how did I lose that match? How? We had a lead on him. I went to go walk forward and hit him. Again, a leaping attack. Sometimes my uppercut works, sometimes it don't. I mean, he bodied me 2 straight. Just bodied me. I was determined not to pick somebody else either. I really wanted to beat this with Sindel real quick. Except it was not, in fact, real quick. So then I got smart. Instead of trying to uppercut him after that, I just went over and just ran up to him. This is try number 3. How that uppercut missed, I don't know. I really needed my jump punch combo. I'm so used to playing Ultimate that it's, yeah. I'm used to being able to do an uppercut, jump uppercut. Yeah, we took that trade, and that trade did not work out for us. Okay, we got a round. Okay, we got a round. We got 1. I started getting smart to the pattern again. Like I say, it's been a long time since I played Vanilla. Vanilla, by the way, is also in Midway Arcade Treasures 2. It is the version that is in Midway Arcade Treasures 2. Again, how we lost that? I don't understand how we be losing this. Some of these rounds, I'm like, how are we losing this? Like, I had brain farts here, and I've beaten this game. I promise y'all, I've beaten this game so many times. And you would think I was a newbie at playing this. We're not winning this because there's no way I should have. And of course, I'm not getting the appropriate hits and things. And then he grabbed me and threw me and punched me. Yeah, I yeah. That's all I can say. So we'll see. Eventually I did beat him. It was so dumb. And I kept doing the same mistake. I kept waiting for him to do his leaping attack and uppercut. In Trilogy, you can do that. That's not a punish. He can't punish you in Trilogy for catching him like that. I lost first round. When I tell y'all it only took 2 rounds, I did it on the first try against Shao Kahn. Because the pattern is, he is extremely I want to know how my uppercut missed after the foot sweep that he did with his tail. I want to know. His fireball does massive damage too. And I keep trying to do this uppercut after this leaping attack and it don't work. And I keep trying and I keep trying and then I got shot in the face with a fireball. Yep. I know we on try number 6 here. I'm pretty sure we on try number 6. So I started getting mad because I got aggressive. Of course. This is not ultimate. So like he was just bodying me for no reason. usually I do. It does not take me this long to beat Motaro, and this many tries. I usually can beat Motaro on the first try. That's why I'm like, and this is on novice, by the way. This is on the easy ladder. This does not make sense. Okay. We already starting out bad. Because I got already starting out bad. Half life gone. Net kick. Probably didn't work. I think I lost the second round too. Alright. I done got punched like 3 times. How he punched me out the air, I do not know. But that was so annoying. And then I got shot by a fireball. Oh, round 3. I think we did better this time. I want to know why only 2 hits out of that combo worked. How he blocked the first 2 hits, but he didn't block the last 2 hits. Then, of course, when I go to upper, I do the combo, the pop-up combo, I get popped for it. They also changed his pattern in Ultimate. That's why it's easier to beat him in Ultimate than it is in regular 3. I wish he'd stop blocking my combos. That would be nice. Thank you. I random jump kick beat him. Like, really? Alright, so now, Shao Kahn. So generally he's going to do a rising knee as the starting move on first round. Generally. Now, if I usually have on, he likes to taunt a little bit too much in 3. He doesn't taunt as much in 2 as he does in 3. You can just wait for him to do stuff. Generally, he does not do it on the second round. He will not use rising knee on the second round. Also, too, whenever you see him do that rising knee and it makes your character turn around, just let it turn you back around. Let it correct for you. You don't do anything. So, like I say, I usually do this pop-up combo and I let him get this out of his system. And I let him do it. So, let him defeat himself. Because when he does that, then you can uppercut him and then run over and do your combo. It's simple. Alright, Sindel wins. Shao Kahn is no more. You are the MK3 champion. God, yes. I know. Yes. Alright, so now you get her ending. This is the version of Sindel that I love. That's John Vogel's daughter playing Katana there. They misspell receives. Because it's, I before E except after C. This is when you found out that Katana was 10,000 years old. And that her mother, that Sindel was her mom. I love this. She liberates Edenia. But, so, interestingly enough, I love this version of Sindel because this version is not trash. I don't like her story in MK9 through 11. She was evil the whole time and she killed Jared. Yeah, no, I don't like that at all. I noticed that they changed it back in MK1. Let's call it MK12. Yeah, they changed it back. Once upon a time, I beat Ultimate MK3 in the arcade, and I took a picture of this and of the ending with the design team, and I tweeted it and tagged John Tobias, and he retweeted it. He liked it and retweeted it. And I was like, yeah, the teenager in me was all jumped up and excited. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is I'm letting the credits go through. Steve Ritchie is the voice of Shao Kahn. Eddie Ferrier and Mike Vinecourt, Mark Panaco, Sal DeVita, Mark Tomel, Eugene Jarvis. A lot of these people I recognize them. All right, so then Anthony Espindola too. enter the ultimate combat code. Okay, so this is wrong. This is the wrong code. So when you enter the ultimate combat code, you get smoke. And then there's an ad, so this is how you can tell, because this ad was always there in the arcade version. Go see the movie. They inserted this with the revision. So, I think I played revision 2.1. So, longest winning streaks, you can tell MK4, so that's how you knew there was a fourth game coming. So, what we're going to do here, I'm going to play through a little bit again, because I want to do Ultimate Combat Code. I want to show y'all the Ultimate Combat Code and the MK3 EJB menu. Now, the EJB menu, it took people, it was 2016 when they found this menu. That's how long it had been hidden. So it shows you the different options and things. So we're going to go back up to the top, starting with diagnostic tests. And you can do dip switch, and then coin bookkeeping shows you gameplay counters, game audits, game statistics, volume adjust, the credits is self-explanatory. Enter your initials, you put your name in. Character endings, you can view the individual endings. Panako Miller game, it's the Galaxian game, I think. Smoke, this unlocks Smoke, Robot Smoke. Unsmoke makes him locked again. And then exit test menu. So Ed Boon put this in here, and yes, this is 2.1. Ed Boon put this menu in the game and hit it. And so it was a real quick test menu for him. So I'm adding some credits. But he, so I'm going to pick Sub-Zero. Or no, I think I picked Cabal. Yes, I picked Cabal here. Because I want to do Ultimate Combat Code. So you guys can see this. So, what happens when you put in the Ultimate Combat Code? So, I have on a cheat code in main that any code that you put in unlocks Smoke. It's always the correct code. But the EJB menu is important because Ed Boon, years and years and years and years ago, was like, yo, y'all still ain't found everything. And so everybody was like, what? How did we not find everything? Yeah, you didn't find everything. So I love this combo if I can get it to work. So I did actually get that combo to work. So what I want to digress from this for a minute. This combo that we're doing with Cabal is you call, you do spin dash, or what they call nomad dash. I came up with this combo myself. I didn't see it anywhere. I just thought about it one day and was like, hey, I wonder what happens if I do this. You do nomad dash. You do nomad dash, and you call ground saw. I think I actually get it to work here. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to do it again. Also, Sonya would not let me do the nomad dash consistently. Okay. So, okay. I'm trying to do nomad dash, and I keep missing this. And it won't let me do it. My computer would not let me do it. Okay, there we go. No, it called ground saw, then do pop-up combo. It didn't work this time, but it will the next time I actually get this to come off. It's like, please just let me do this combo for this video. All right, there we go. Call ground saw, pop-up combo, jump kick, and you should be able to add a fireball at the end, but that gives you the 8 hits, 44% damage. I wanted her to beat me so you could see this, so I could do fake combat code, ultimate combat code. But anyway, EJB menu is in every Mortal Kombat game. It's in the first one, it's in the second one, it's in 3, it's in, I don't think it's in 4 though. All right, so here I'm putting in wrong ultimate combat code, but it's going to give me Smoke anyway. But I wanted to show what happens when you get Smoke. I was there when we unlocked Smoke in my machine in 95. From this point on, I am at your control. Listen, Robot Smoke is a menace in MK3. I don't know if he's top tier. I don't think he's top tier. I know Sub-Zero is and Cyrax is. They're top tier, but Yeah, Robot Smoke. I used to play some Robot Smoke. Ooh, buddy, I used to play some Robot Smoke. Um, inside baseball on this rating screen also. Some behind the scenes foolishness. Um, there is no knowledge that is not power. I had a T-shirt that talked about Disraeli penetrating the dark veil. I had my MK3 when I went to see MK the movie. I went in, played MK3. I had on my T-shirt, my MK hat, and we went to see the movie. Had a good time, and then we left. So I went back into the EJB menu because I wanted to show y'all that. So that is MK3. That was my playthrough of MK3. So MK3, it is one of my favorite fighting games. I know a lot of people it was polarizing, but I really enjoyed MK3. I remember when it came out that right before it came out, I was soaking up all of the preview coverage and all of the storyline stuff and the fact that they were bringing back Kano and Sonya as playable characters. And I was just like, whoa. And then they showed the new character designs, and they were the hooked swordsman and the bride, because the bride was Sindel. That was the name for her in testing. And they were like, yeah, the bride's gonna be a new character. She's gonna be sick. And I was like, yeah, she was sick. um but yeah, I absolutely adored Mortal Kombat 3 when it came out. It's one of my very favorite fighting games. So that has been Systems for Gaming Insurrection. I want to thank you for watching. Come back and watch more of our episodes of Systems. We will be covering more games, probably some more fighting games in the future, probably some more Mortal Kombat games. At least in the first 3, we will cover Mortal Kombat. We will cover the first 2 and 3 games, and we'll probably do Ultimate at some point. Probably not anytime soon because we just did 3, and 3 is basically Ultimate minus a few little mechanics. So yeah, we're probably not going to do it anytime soon. But I do want to thank you for watching, and hope you'll come back and see more of our stuff. Peace.